So
Right.
it's really an interesting dynamic. I think that, he sleeps, like I said, he sleeps very
Yeah, I
little.
was wondering because
It's
you see
like,
him like he's
oh,
tweeting at like 1 in the morning.
I've had cases with him where he's calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and
Wow.
he wants to go over case details, and he's like, "Did I catch you sleeping?" I'm like, "Absolutely not." Like, like I always,
Absolutely not.
I would
Right.
always, no, no, I'm fine, I'm
Right.
wide
Right.
awake.
Right. Right.
And he's like, "Okay, good." And it's just funny because I just know like his personality in terms of what he wants done, how he wants it done, and he's just such an interesting individual when it comes to. And I had the benefit of watching him in negotiations, watching him at negotiation tables, listening to him like this is how we're going to negotiate this. It's like a crash course in leverage, in negotiation, in knowing the other side. That's why I'm so adamant in business of knowing who you're dealing with,
Right.
because that's the only way that you can figure out how really to get a deal done. And that is what he's good at. He's good at knowing the other side, knowing what bothers them, knowing what doesn't bother them,
Right.
and he can transition from being, in your face to like, hey, you're a great guy. Like,
Right.
and people just, oh, okay, yeah, he's a great guy. So it's like he's so can transition by, he'll make fun of how short you are, and then the next minute he's saying you're a great guy, and it transitions, and people don't mind it. Some people can pull that off. He's one of those guys that can pull that transition off, where what he says in 1 minute, and then he's your friend the next minute, you want him to be your friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You're following it. Right.
it's super interesting to watch him, super interesting to transact with him. And like even one time he called me at 3 o'clock in the morning on some case, and he's like, "This is what I want you to say exactly." And he gives me the sentence. And I was like, okay, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
I'm on
Right.
my cell phone.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
you know, my wife's like sleeping next to me. She's like, who's calling you at 3 o'clock?
Right.
She knew, like she got used to those three
Right.
o'clock in the
Right.
morning calls. And he says, "This is what I want you to say exactly." He gives kind of me the sentence of what to say. And I'm like, "Okay, I got it." And he's like, "Did you write it down?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I wrote it down." He goes, "Good, read it back to me." I'm like, "Shit," like, and I'm like, he's like, "I knew you didn't write it down." So he's like very, very, he's just a likable guy. And that's the thing, like when you meet him one on one, any of these people that don't like him, that talk about him badly and things of that nature, when they meet him one on one, he's like an interesting guy. He just starts shooting the shit with you, and he starts talking.